The bottom line is if you behave like your old self in the new reality, you're slowly going to manifest the new reality to look a lot more like the old reality because the manifestor you has not fundamentally changed. What is up, my fellow dreamers and soul searchers? Welcome to the Roxy Talks Manifestation Podcast, your raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic source for all things manifestation related. I'm Roxy Lee, and for the last decade, I have been researching and developing my signature 360 method, which combines behavioral science, quantum physics, and the law of attraction to help you manifest a life beyond your wildest dreams. Visit roxytalks.com for more info. Now, let's get into it. What is up, my fellow dreamers and soul searchers? Welcome to another episode of Roxy Talks, where we discuss confidence, mindset, manifestation, and more. I'm Roxy Lee. I'm a mindset and manifestation coach, and I'm here to help you banish your negative thinking and limiting beliefs so you can bring love, joy, and clarity into your life. Today, I wanted to talk about something a bit more nuanced when it comes to manifestation and kind of like about the evolving process as you are working your way through your manifestation, working through your blocks, working through your negative patterns or your unproductive patterns and behaviors. As you're doing that work, you are becoming a new you, and you're also achieving and unlocking new goals in life, new things, ticking things off your box. But how much are we really changing? How much are we changing the way we respond and the way we move through life? And of course, I talk a lot about changing your expectations and changing your beliefs and changing your routines and things like that. But I'm noticing there's this sublayer of beliefs and behaviors that continues to play out as the manifestations come along. And this gets us in this pattern where we're either creating some movement and then not seeing any movement, or we're getting a goal and then kind of feeling comfortable and then not knowing how to achieve again, like getting too comfortable, resting on our laurels, that kind of concept. And even in next week's episode, I'm going to be talking about how to balance your own focus on yourself as you are achieving and making progress in relationships. So stay tuned for next week if that's of interest to you. But for now, I want to talk about changing how we see ourselves beyond the goals and the manifestations, but truly making actual changes in who we consider ourselves to be and how we treat life and the things that we experience, how we relate to them, because how we relate to them reveals the truth about who we really are. So the problem that I see happening, and I've actually experienced it myself, so I can say firsthand as somebody who's very consciously manifesting, this can happen to anybody. It happens to the best of us. It happens to there's no worst of us. It happens to all of us. So if this is happening to you, don't think that you're broken. Don't think that you're not able to manifest. Don't think that it only worked one time. It only works sometimes, that you're not capable and all that other stuff that a seeming lag in productivity or movement can appear to mean. But in reality, it's probably just that somewhere along the line of your progress, you either slipped back into your old ways or you didn't make enough change to actually push past your true beliefs. So, for example, you may just believe you're able to manifest a bunch of money, let's say, but you at the core haven't changed who you think you are, what you think money does and how it works in the world, who gets it, who keeps it, what you're good enough for, what you're able to do with money if you have the right connections, the right know-how, the right set up in your 3D world to handle the money correctly. And so even if you manifest money and you manifest a new lifestyle and you get everything you want, you are still you. The you that kept you broke before you understood that you could manifest money is still there. And it's not that the understanding of I can manifest has gone away. It's just that, well, maybe it was a fluke. Maybe I did something right that time that I didn't know. Maybe it was because I didn't have as much expectation. And now that I've done it, I feel like there's a lot of pressure to recreate it. There's so many reasons that we can feel not able to continue manifesting or to sustain or maintain our manifestations. And that just is a giveaway or a window into your own limiting beliefs about yourself and your own beliefs about self-worth. So it's really important that as you achieve your manifestations and you do your 360 method, head to Roxy Talks for more information about that. Official program coming very soon, so stay tuned. It's important that while you're doing that work, you not only stay focused on keeping your thoughts going in the right direction, affirming the right way, dreaming big, choosing the right manifestations and actions throughout your day, meditating, of course, connecting spiritually, doing the shit that brings you joy, just being overall the version of you that is fully satisfied in life. It's not just about that. You also have to make deep-seated changes and concessions. So if you behave the same old way, if you really ultimately think the same old way, like you're using manifestation as a means to an end, I'm going to do the self-concept work because it's going to get me the relationship. Again, check out next week's episode. That's going to be exactly what we're talking about. Or I'm going to do all the work because I want to manifest $1 million. I want to win the lottery. I'm going to do the work and then I'm going to stop. Right? Like we talked about in the beginning. The consistency has to remain. So part of that is that the version of you that sustains the manifestation and keeps the reality going didn't stop or doesn't stop, or at least when they feel the need to stop, they allow themselves some time and some grace and some room to have a break, but then they pick back up and they continue on. But the bottom line is, if you behave like your old self in the new reality, you're slowly going to manifest the new reality to look a lot more like the old reality because the manifestor you has not fundamentally changed. Temporary fixes are not going to sustain your life. Temporary changes in self-concept are not going to sustain your relationship. Again, stay tuned for next week if this is resonating. The work you do on yourself, connecting spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, all that stuff, this is a lifetime process. I'm not here sitting on the podcast telling you how to short sight your goals and get something in the short term. This is the long game. This is how you live for the rest of your life as someone happy and fulfilled, manifesting what they want no matter the circumstance. It takes constant effort, focus, and attention. It takes intention. It takes you needing and wanting and demanding that you be, in the most loving way, of course, the you that you want to be and not the you that you've been programmed to be, not the you they told you you were, not the you that you used to be, not the you that they made you feel like you had to be. All of that stuff is irrelevant BS. It's just noise in the background because there's infinite versions of you and you could have and be anything. So quit picking stuff that you don't actually like because the you that is sustaining the reality that you want to be in doesn't pick that stuff. It understands how to pick me, be a pick me for yourself. It understands how to pick the one, this, if you're not watching, I'm trying to explain it in words, but I'm pointing at my chest, I'm pointing at my heart, I'm pointing at me, the one, the I. This is the priority. This is where the love stems from. This is where the manifestations are reflected from. So you can't just change your thoughts or just change your actions or just change your beliefs. It takes everything 360, right? Top to bottom, inside and out. It takes so much more than just the surface level. I'm going to do the bare minimum so I can get my shit and then move on. That is not what manifestation is about. And if you think it is, you're going to come back and back over and over and over again, looking for answers that are already within you. And the answer always is to focus on you, pay attention to what you're doing, pay attention to the thoughts you're thinking, pay attention to the way you're approaching things. Let's go back to the reality where you manifested $1 million. So maybe you got this $1 million, but if you aren't of the utmost understanding and knowing that money multiplies and money is just a concept and you just have cracked the code to abundance and now you can live abundance every single day, you might start thinking, oh shit, I just won $1 million. Okay, the government's going to take like 55%. Now I'm down to 450,000. Oh my God. Okay, wow, that just went down really fast. Okay, so what am I going to do with a little less than $500,000? Like I wanted to buy my parents a house, but damn, I might not even, oh my, you see, you start cutting it up. You start diminishing it. Or maybe that's not your issue. Maybe you're like, okay, cool, I'm abundant now. But when you pay bills, you still treat it with apprehension because now your rent's not $1,200, it's $2,200 maybe. Maybe it's 12 grand. Maybe it's 2 grand. But if it's out of your comfort zone, maybe you're going to wince every time you write that rent check. And even though you just won a bunch of money and you were feeling abundant, your habit of approaching releasing money has not changed ultimately underneath. And so even when you have it, you're afraid of losing it again, which of course is the absolute number one ticket to running out of money. And then beyond that, how you manage money needs to be changed and looked at. Because maybe you were fearful of looking at your money. Maybe you were fearful of actually knowing where every single penny was going and spending like. And so you didn't look at how to manage money. You never bothered to pay attention to those things or find out how to invest in, how to grow it. And so ultimately your fear or just inability to handle it, your apprehension of even knowing what to do with it creates a barrier between it and you and it runs away. It doesn't really matter how it plays out. The point of all of this is that it's not just the reality that changes. It's not just the thoughts and the actions. It's the way you do those things. It's the way you script. Are you scripting from a place of lack or are you scripting from a place of gratitude? Are you meditating to make something happen? Or are you meditating to be a clear channel and to connect with your higher self, to get answers, to get clarity, to just get peace, to just be? We need to look at the underlying motives and approaches that we're using as we're going about our life while you're achieving and unlocking your goals. Because if you're the same old you, the same old reality is going to come knocking on your door and you might not be aware enough to not answer. And that old familiar feeling comes back in. It feels right. It feels like home. So we let it in and we start letting it creep in and permeate. And we're like, oh yeah, I remember how that used to feel. I did used to feel worried. Oh man, you're right. What if I lose it all? Damn, God, I got to pay all this. Oh man, my rent's so much higher than it. Oof, oh, that's okay. I'm just, I'm trying, I'm working on it. And it's like, that's not the energy that got you the money. That's not the energy that manifested that relationship. Again, check out next week. The energy that got you the stuff was just the beginning. That needs to be maintained, bottom line. And then you are supposed to evolve beyond that. I mean, you're not supposed to. You can do whatever you want. But if you're intending to do the most with what you've got while you're here, it takes constant growth and uncomfortability, knowledge, learning, application, unknown, stepping into something that feels terrifying and just doing it based on faith. Think about what your ideal self had to overcome, had to sacrifice, had to give up, had to stop doing to get where they are right now. And think about the things that you're doing right now that you know damn well they probably aren't doing. And I got these too. I am not immune, and it's the place I'm speaking from to you right now is from a place of knowing and understanding and recognizing and namasteing. Like, I get you. I got you. I'm here for you. I get it because I have to uncover these things about myself as well. And that's why I'm sharing it here. So don't be afraid to look within. Don't be afraid to look without, meaning don't be afraid to look at what's going on underneath. And don't be afraid to look at the obvious surface level things, the stuff that that a stranger could pick up just by watching you for a couple days. Because both of those things reveal your actual truth, and it's your actual truth that is manifesting. And sometimes you get on a kick where you're super connected and you're aligning and you're meditating every day and you're on top of your shit and you're scripting and you're doing all the things. Shout out Scripting Bundle, 360 Method, RoxyTalks.com if you want to dive deeper into that kind of stuff. And then again, it starts to feel comfortable. You start to feel like, oh, I got this. And you loosen the reins. And guess what? You don't got this. If you had got this, you wouldn't have needed the stuff in the beginning to get you there. But that's okay. Not everybody starts at 100, and that's totally fine. We love ourselves because of where we start. And where we start gives us the vantage point to get where we want to go. And that's amazing. So allow yourself to morph and change and to be something new. Don't hold yourself to your old ideals. Let old notions go. Let's normalize the idea that we can be a different person every moment of the day, every day of the year, if we want, every day of our life in the best possible ways. That nothing we used to think about ourselves means anything right now unless we want it. It's like going through your old clothes. Get rid of the shit that doesn't fit you anymore. And I'm super guilty of this. I was just going to say, why are you still holding on to that shirt from 8th grade? And it's like, because maybe I want to wear it one day and just look at it. But hey, there's something to be said about purging what no longer serves you. And I've said it a bunch on this podcast and on my channel. And, not hoarding stuff is something that I work on myself. But that's neither here nor there. My point is that go through your internal closet, get rid of the stuff that doesn't fit you anymore, that you don't wear anymore, that's outdated. And just keep the stuff that you actually like to wear in your closet. And then when you open your closet, it's just stuff that you like to look at and not stuff that reminds you of what you used to look like and times you used to have and who you thought you'd be and things you'd never fit into even though you wanted to. Clean out the internal closet. Pull an M&M and clean out your closet. I just heard M&M in my head. Cleaning out my closet. So do that. Clean out your internal closet and then report back. That's going to be your homework. I love giving out homework. We've been giving out homework on the Mindset Monday live stream chat every week for a few months now. And so I'm going to start giving out homework on the podcast. Please report back. You can leave us a nice review here on the podcast. You can head to my website, roxytalks.com, join the forum and connect with other members of the community just like yourself. Leave comments about the homework and the understandings that you're getting from doing this work, the growth that you're achieving. You can also find yourself a manifestation buddy who will help keep you on track with your manifestations. That's all at the forum at my website, roxytalks.com. I've also got one-on-one coaching if you would like me to help you specifically with your situation, figure out where you're blocking yourself and help you stop, essentially. One-on-one coaching is available at my website as well. And if you want to get started right away, if you don't want to wait to get on my calendar, I have amazing courses and workshops, plus a bunch of great free content. You can also join my Facebook group, Black Moon Society, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok, all the social medias. And you can connect with me in whatever way works best for you. We're all raising our vibrations. You have the power. I believe in you. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you. I'm excited for you. You have the power within you to create any reality that you want. You're going to do it. I'm going to watch you. I believe in you. I love you. I'll see you next week.